Hello, Basement Movie Room. Welcome back to another review. This week we're reviewing The 13th Warrior from 1999. It stars Antonio Banderas and a bunch of other really familiar-looking guys that you've probably seen in other things. Mm-hmm. And Omar Sharif playing a very small part that he really hated and still does to this day, I think. And pretty much no one else. I mean, you're going to recognize some of these Norsemen that are in the movie, but you're not going to recognize a lot. The movie's directed by John McTiernan, although there was a lot of strife on the set, and probably Michael Crichton, who wrote the book Eaters of the Dead, which this is based on, and wrote the screenplay, I guess, is directing a significant portion of this movie as well. I'm surprised McTiernan name actually got on this.
Right, that's interesting.
Yeah. So
the whole documentary about that too.
Yeah.
You'll watch that.
Yeah, watch that. It's really, really interesting. Yeah. So basically, this movie is a retelling of Beowulf. Antonio Banderas is a Arabic gentleman, Persian gentleman, who lives in Baghdad. He's exiled from Baghdad for falling in love with like the king sheik woman. So he's exiled and he's sent as an ambassador to the Russian part of Europe at the time. It wasn't Russia, obviously, at the time. He runs into a group of Norsemen led by Bolvi when they're electing a new king. Bolvi is obviously the king who's elected. He sees a Viking funeral of the old king. And then a kid on a ship shows up to bring a message to Bolvi to ask for help for King Hrothgar. Yep, Crichton wrote Hrothgar in Eaters of the Dead. Clearly he was not even trying to hide the fact he was copying Beowulf for this. So Hrothgar asks for help. Bolvi calls in the Angel of Death. That's what they call her in the movie. Right. To come in and read the bones, like Willow.
The bones.
Sierra Willow review.
Yeah.
So she tosses the bones and says 13 warriors must go help Hrothgar to rid him of this curse upon his land. And you get 12 of the Vikings in the room who are very excited about going, and the 13th warrior is going to be a foreigner. Now, I guess we just assume this is Antonio Banderas because Omar Sharif is literally right there. It could be him, but he's old. So they take off to head towards Hrothgar's kingdom, I guess it is. They go across lands, get on their Viking ship. They have some bad CGI on the Viking ship, and they arrive and meet Hrothgar. And Hrothgar tells Bolvi that it's the Windu, who is, or the Vindu, that's plaguing his lands. Now, obviously, that's Grendel. Translation. It's Grendel. Yeah. So, and Bolvi is basically Beowulf, that's translated. So, basically, we get there, they say it's the Vindu. None of the Vikings believe them. Then they find this kid running that's covered in blood, and they go to his camp or his farmstead, and they see the signs of the Vindu. So, they come back, they go to sleep and say, the people are saying, they come when the mist comes. So they go to sleep one night, mist is coming, the Vindu attack and kill a couple of them, including the Laughing Man, as you like to call him, because there's one Viking in particular that has no lines and only laughs.
That's all he does.
That's all he does.
Laughs and dies.
Yeah, laughs and dies.
Spoiler.
Which we don't even really see him die, nor see his body after.
He died off screen.
Yeah, died off screen.
Yep. Which happened a lot to a couple of these guys.
Yeah, a couple of these guys definitely did.
Yeah, you didn't really notice they were there.
Yeah.
But when you did see what's left of them, you're like, oh.
They were unimportant.
Yeah.
And one thing I didn't mention is how
that
we get a language thing here that's really cool. When they're traveling, Antonio Banderas, and partially just for the sake of the movie, because Antonio Banderas should technically be speaking Arabic or Farsi or whatever it was back then, but he slowly learns their language, and it's cool how they're doing it. Like they have the Viking language, whatever that is, and slowly the words start becoming English, and Antonio Banderas is understanding more and more until he understands everything and insults a guy with it basically that insulted him. So I think, son of a whore. Yeah, pig-eating son of a whore. That's probably one of the best things in the movie.
So many quotable.
Oh, yeah, super quotable lines. Super quotable.
Throughout, yeah.
So with Hrothgar, they get attacked, and then, they're like, well, these guys attack us. Antonio Banderas gets a scratch, is all he gets, and gets knocked out, and he survives. So they're expecting there's going to be more attacks because they know there's warriors there to help Hrothgar. So during that time, they're setting up defenses, spiked fences, things like that. There's also like a subplot with Hrothgar's son that's underdeveloped, truthfully. That the blonde character, I can't remember his name, but he's like Antonio Banderas' best friend in the movie. He's the guy who spoke Greek for translations earlier in the movie. So he, challenges the best friend of the king's son to a fight. There's really no build up to that. It just kind of happens. It's a cool fight.
Yeah.
I mean, the fight's cool.
Very cool fight.
But, yeah. So
there's no reason for that to be in the movie.
There was no
point
point
to
it.
Out.
No point to it. But it's in Beowulf book, so I guess that's why they added it here.
I mean, I was confused as to why they even had to show that.
Yeah.
I mean, they were there to help.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there wasn't a power struggle because they were there on
I guess,
the king's
the king's son is I guess, essentially thinking Bolvi is going to take the kingdom instead of him.
Right. Yeah.
Clearly, that's not going to happen by the end, so no worries. And that's never resolved. The king's son lives through the movie, as far as we know. We never see him again. You never see him again after that fight. You see him
walking off after the fight, and that's it.
You never see him after that.
They could have done
so there's a large-scale fight with the window, and it's the Fireworm. They say there's a fireworm with the window. It ends up being just a large group of them with torches riding in a line, coming to the village. So they fend off that attack, essentially, by beating them off. And there's no reason why they retreat, really, in that case, but they do. I guess.
I just said they don't want to deplete their food
they don't want to deplete the food source because they are cannibals, essentially. So they ride off, and Bolvi and Antonio Banderas and all them go to see a witch that says, look for the mother of the window in the earth. And so they go out looking for the mother, following the tracks from the fireworm. And they continue, and they figure out, and there's this really stupid dialogue where Antonio Banderas is like, how do you hunt a bear? They think they're bears. How do you hunt a bear? You run them down with dogs. How do you hunt a bear in winter? You go into the cave with spears. It's like, and where's the cave? In the earth. It's just dumb. It's like, it's speaking to the viewer like they don't know what's going on.
Right.
He could have just said, I think a cave is where they might live, and immediately they say
they think they're bears.
They have
gotta be in a cave. Right?
Yeah, they have a recon come back and say like, I found them, and they're like, is there a cave? And it's just set up really dumb. And some of the dialogue in the movie is really dumb, but the action makes up for it ultimately. So they go there, they go into the cave, they fight through the guys, and they have like a little stealth mission where they go and kill the mother. Bolvi gets scratched by the mother. They don't kill the main guy, though. Mm-hmm. The witch also told them to kill the main guy, so they know there's going to be one more fight after this. But Bolvi gets scratched. He's poisoned. He's going to die. There's no way to save him. But there's one more battle to go through, and they don't think Bolvi's going to be part of it. Of course, they're getting ready for battle. The Vindo are coming in with their main leader, and Bolvi comes out to fight, weak as he can be, but he comes out, draws the strength of the fight. He ends up killing the Vindo leader, and that kind of ends it. It's a very short battle at the end, but they give the speech.
Oh, yes.
The speech that is on this shirt right here.
Yes.
Know that do I see my father.
That's the Viking.
Yeah, the Viking prayer.
Yeah, right.
So, and you also get, Eben.
Yeah.
Because they name Antonio Banderas that because he says, my name is Ahmed Ibn Fahlam, Ibn whatever he said. And they just call him Eben because of that,
They made these characters likable.
Yeah.
The ones that they wanted to care about.
The ones that they cared about.
The other guys, they just threw them away.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them have good deaths, though. You have the big gray-haired guy. Yeah. Like he goes down punching a horse out.
He takes 6-8 arrows.
Yeah, like 6 or 8 spear arrows in his back and chest before he goes down. But yeah, most of the guys, and the funny thing is, Tony Curran is also in this.
Yeah.
He survives the movie, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He is also in Beowulf and Grendel, which we reviewed earlier. Don't watch Beowulf and Grendel. Watch this; it's better.
Yes.
Beowulf and Grendel is terrible, but if you like Tony Curran, he's in both of those. He's also in like Underworld or something.
And another connection is Bolvi was supposed to be played by
Stellan Skarsgård.
Skarsgård,
yeah,
who opted out of this movie and took Beowulf.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad choice.
Made a poor choice on that one.
So
we
got some connections there. Yeah.
So the movie ends with them victorious, of course. I'm not sure why, because they kill the main Vindo bad guy, and everybody else just leaves. I guess it's kind of like, oh well, we don't have a leader anymore. We got to go.
Yeah.
But you get the ending scene with Bullseye sitting down on a throne of spikes and dying, and it's like it's a really cool ending scene to be honest. And then you get the story, like the final scene of Ahmed Eben back in Baghdad writing this story because Bullseye had said, can you write this story one day, and Banderas, his character, did it.
An Arab wrote Beowulf.
Yeah, an Arab wrote Beowulf. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, this movie has a lot of good stuff in it. The dialogue can get a little hammy at times, but there's actually some pretty funny stuff between the Vikings and Antonio Banderas, like calling his horse a dog, and the dog can jump.
Dog can jump.
Yeah, there's some great lines like that are memorable. That I've seen this movie a lot.
And you say some of the CG was pretty dodgy in this. Yeah, when it was used, it was. But for the most part, this was just practical.
A lot of it's practical.
The sets were amazing.
Yeah.
So very little CG in it.
Yeah,
which
for sure.
I appreciate that a lot more now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was. It's
what's the
terrific movie.
The best CG is when you don't even know it's used.
Yeah, and there's some weird green screens and things like this.
Yeah,
but you can overlook it. So I mean, I think everything, like the performances are pretty good.
Solid.
Yeah. I mean, there's some bad acting here and there. There's some just bad performances, but overall they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Directing, who the fuck knows who actually directed this movie? It's not, it's like half and half.
Yeah, for it being like the Travis, just the behind the scenes stuff. For this movie to come out like it did is pretty impressive.
There are some tonal shifts in the movie that kind of like like drag you back and forth on the tonal shifts. So
you brought up the whole fight between the king's son and the Viking. That may have been, some of the scenes might have been lost.
I think for sure there had to be.
Yeah, that had to have been like
there was some disagreement there or something.
Broke off, and then Crichton.
I mean, John McTiernan is a fantastic action director. The guy's done some of the great movies of all time in the action field. But this, it's like
I think they lost some
Yeah.
Vital information.
Yeah, there's some loss here.
Yeah.
And this movie, I don't think did particularly well in its initial run. I don't think the critics actually liked it very much. We saw it on release back in 99, August 27th, 1999, and we all loved it. I've loved it ever since.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's hammy at places, but certainly I still love the action and
I
everything.
mean, that ending scene, the battle scene is just, like you said.
The Viking prayer.
You just get
chill bumps.
Yes, and then you get the chill bumps. And
Chill
it's like,
bumps.
oh man. I mean, it's epic.
Yep.
And Goldsmith's
score
score is amazing.
It's
in this.
really good.
I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah, Jerry Goldsmith. Fantastic.
Yeah,
really good score.
It really reminded me, like, the Mummy movies.
Yeah.
And those.
Yeah.
It was very similar to the same.
Yeah. Kind of an epic feel.
Yeah. Epic fun.
Yeah.
I mean, this wasn't so fun, but
yeah,
he really pulled out the emotions on this.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
Yeah. Love the score.
Yeah. Well, I guess we don't have anything left but rating. You want to go first?
Yeah. Man, I love this movie so much. So I gotta go 4 or 5.
4 or 5. That's high. I think it's high.
Yeah.
I love this movie as well, but I'm at a 4 on it. I'm close, like almost 3.5 because of some of the silly dialogue. That cave speech really kills me every time. Takes me completely out of the movie, but I'm at a 4 on it. I love this movie.
Yeah, nothing really ever took me out of the movie.
It's not a serious movie.
No.
It's not. You're not going in for like Oscars on this movie, but it's fun. It's good action. It's just a great movie to just kind of watch and have fun.
Yeah, I never thought 4 or 5. Obviously, I bought a shirt for
Yeah,
it.
you got a shirt.
So,
all right. Anything else?
I mean, I think it honestly, I like it more over time too.
Yeah, it gets better.
So,
yeah.
So
It does.
this is one I can just throw on.
That's the thing. It's definitely one you can throw on,
anytime.
come in and out whenever you want to, and
Right.
it's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, love it.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time on Basement Movie Room.
Hello there.
Lo, there do I see my father. Lo, there do I see my
Mother
mother and my
sisters
and my brothers. Lo, there do I see
The line of
My people, back to the beginning.
No, they do call to me. They bid me take my place among them.